What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Currently, guys, I am on the test server. We have access to Faction Wars hard mode, the rewards from the Faction Wars hard mode, the new mythical champion, POLARA FIREHEART. That's exactly what we're going to test and showcase in today's video. Now, yesterday I actually had a stream where I showcased everything related to the new update. New champions, new relics, new rewards, new requirements for Faction Wars for each one of the difficulties, the conditions, glyphs, everything that's new you can find in that live stream. So if you click on the channel, go to live streams, you're gonna find the latest live stream that gives you all of that information. We tested this champion, we went over all of the kits and stuff. But in today's video, we are going to do a showcase on this champion. This is the final reward for Faction Wars hard mode. Truth be told, I'll be blunt with you guys. It's probably going to take people that have a similar account with mine or a bit under the firepower of my account. We should be able to get it done straightforward. You have to build your champion. It's very challenging. You have to retry maybe some of the stages, but it should be a straight line. You shouldn't have any hit and miss. And that's like what? A few weeks to get this champion, right? I think so. For everyone else that is mid-game and stuff, you're looking at probably 1+ year, okay? I'm not gonna mess around with any of you guys. It will take time. The Faction Wars hard mode is challenging, and that is the most endgame content. I have no problem that the content is challenging. I think it's good to keep all of the players engaged. But set your expectations right. Do not think that this game mode comes out and bang, you're gonna knock it out of the park and get a champion. It's very conditional with what champions you have, right? Like you do require in some cases specific champions to bring the right debuffs, etc. I'm sure they will bring in more champions and stuff to kind of like fill in the right roles for each faction, but that is something that will happen over time. Either way, this champion has an attack and a defense base form. Now the attack form is pure damage, okay? Pure damage, very good kit. With the A1, attacks an enemy, places an extra hit if the target is under any debuffs, and has a chance to gain an extra turn. Now, as you guys may pay attention right here, you have damage based on defense and attack. If you're looking at the stats, you have higher attack than defense. So in case if it's confusing for any of you guys, I've actually done the testing, okay? The main stat that you need on her to do better damage is defense than attack. I've tried her with full attack. The damage was lower than with full defense, even though her base defense on this first form is lower than the base attack, okay? But we're gonna get to the builds in a second. With the A2, attacks an enemy 3 times on a 3-turn cooldown. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense. If the enemy is under HP burn, it will ignore 50% of the target's defense instead, or if they are under a freeze debuff. Each hit also destroys the defense and the resistance of the enemy, stacking up to 30%. Then, we'll place an HP burn on all enemies. If the target is killed by the skill, this debuff does not require accuracy. With the A3, you have an AoE attack. This will be on a 3-turn cooldown as well. And this attack will deal single target damage individually rather than an AoE. Will ignore shield, block damage, and unkillable. Will instantly activate any HP burn debuff on enemies. And will place a block revive on that on enemies that die while under HP burn and freeze. HP burn or freeze rather than end. Same thing with the multipliers. Damage based on defense and attack. Her passive, this champion will deal 25% more damage against enemies under an HP burn debuff or a freeze. This champion deals 100% more damage when the enemies are under both HP burn and freeze at the same time. And this champion ignores the damage reduction effects granted by the freeze debuff, which is the 25% damage reduction. You have an attack aura for arena battles by 40%. Now, this is another thing that can be confusing when you're making the build, because you're seeing attack on the aura, you're seeing higher base attack than defense, and the main thing that's gonna blink in your head is gonna, well, even though the text says here defense attack, I'm gonna give her attack. Everything shouts at me that I need to give her attack. So that's what I've done as well. I said, okay, maybe they've just messed up the way they've put this text in here. It might not matter. But trust me when I'm telling you, the best way to build her is with higher defense rather than higher attack. Of course, the second form will benefit from that a lot. So this second form is a defense-based / support form, okay? With the A1, you have a attacks on enemy, places a ally protection on a random ally. If that random ally already has an ally protection, she will place it on a different one. Plus, it will heal the champion and allies under ally protection buffs by an amount that's equal to her defense, proportional to this champion's defense. So the higher the defense, the higher the heal. With the A2, a block debuffs and a strengthen buff on all allies, and places 100% ensnare debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted by enemies under HP burn or freeze. Now, what is the ensnare debuff? As you guys can see, this seems to be the full web. I'm quickly going to walk you through exactly what it means in case if you are not familiar by any chance. It's actually a very, very solid debuff and is the bigger version. Basically, no turn meter effects will be effective on any of the enemies that have this debuff. So if they gain turn meter, it's not going to happen. The turn meter will basically not go to the enemy because they have the ensnare debuff. So it's countering turn meter effects, which is really strong. With the A3, attacks all enemies before attacking, places an intercept stack on all allies, which is great. She's gonna shit on Polymorph directly without having to do anything else. Really, really good. And then she will place a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted. Now, do we need accuracy on the champion? Yes and no. Okay, if you are killing somebody with the first form and you're landing the HP burn, you don't need accuracy. If you bring in a different champion to land the HP burn, Gizmak, Sulfurian, you don't need accuracy. With a passive, and that is the most busted thing on her, really, really powerful. Allies under a freeze debuff receive 90% less damage. If there are multiple champions on the team, blah, 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 which, how is that going to actually happen, Plarian? Because we can only get 1, right? Same like Lydia. How are we going to have 2 of these? I don't even know why they've put this text in there, but either way. Active effect, that's the creme de la creme. Once per round, revives each ally, including this champion, with 100% HP, and will place a freeze debuff on the revived ally for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked. This is very similar with Marichka's passive, guys, but is once per round. Unlike Marichka in Arena, where she's constantly going on and on and on with her passive, this will only proc once per arena battle, once per Hydra, once per clan boss, once per Chimera, once per wave in each dungeon, okay? And once again, attack aura. Why not defense when that's her main multiplier? Do not ask me. I'm not saying she's not benefiting from attack, but I still don't get it. Either way, let's quickly have a look at the champion, the build. I have no blessing on her. I have no relic on her, guys. This is the build, a stone skin and a savage set at the moment. I do have a bit of an extra crit rate on her. Please ignore that. As you guys can probably notice, at maximum level, her base attack is 1,509, while her base defense is 1,332. Which means that it's going to be very hard for you to get crazy stats like 8k defense and stuff like that on this champion on the first form. Because on the second form, the attack is lower, the defense is higher, right? And it's the same story. Damage based on defense and attack. But leaving all that on the side, I'm quickly going to check if I actually have books for her before I forget. Unfortunately, no mythical books on the test server account, which is a bit of a shame. I know they sent me a 6-star soul for her, but to be honest, that doesn't really make me feel better, right? I'm going to put this on, but I'm not going to activate it just yet. We'll see if we do it later, but as it is, we're not gaining extra stats, right? We have the exact same stats on her. You see, the defense, pretty low, 6,322. The attack, 3,284. Full crit rate, 298 crit damage. No accuracy or anything like that. Masteries, offense, support. I actually decided to go and try and get a bit of accuracy to try and get lasting gifts. I feel like it's going to be really, really good for her second form to have the lasting gifts on. Helm Smasher as tier 6. And yeah, we're really going to see what we can do with the champion. Keep in mind, I did try to build her with attack. I've tested all that on the live stream. I'm not going to make this video 5 hours long as well. So feel free to check out the live stream if you want to see the difference in terms of damage from attack to defense. You're going to notice that it is a massive difference. Now, this champion benefits from both increased attack and increased defense. So keep that in mind when you're building a team around her. It might be a month or so till we get her, or maybe a bit more. Maybe I'm underestimating how often the faction war stage is actually open. But we don't have too many champions that give us increased attack and increased defense, right? We have a couple of them, but not that many, right? So keep that in mind as well, guys. That being said, I'm quickly going to show you the gear so you guys have an idea of what we actually have on. The gear is not too bad. This could have been better, the Ascension, but hey, we can perfect everything. This is just beautiful. This is beautiful as well for her. Yes, this ring is not the best, but hey, it's gonna get the job done. Let me just enhance that attack as well. These are the new glyphs. Check out that live stream if you want to find out more info, if you want to see all of the rates, how high they go, etc. I should try to find a defense banner actually that has some attack too. So just bear with me because I forgot that I don't have that on. So maybe I'm gonna find something. Wow. None. 0. Isn't that a bit crazy? For the entire faction? Okay, we're gonna go with that one. No relic, no blessing, okay? Let me just quickly show you what you can do with her. So we're gonna go in the Dragon Slayer. We are going to go first to check the damage, then we're gonna check the rest. As usual, I don't like to use her in the lead because most likely you're not going to do that in a PvP. Most likely you're gonna use a speed aura in a PvE as well. In most cases. So let's quickly find my Lydia. I do need that increased defense. I do need that increased attack. So we're going to go with Lazarius. We're going to go with Sifi. But first, we're actually going to go only with increased defense. Just to kind of like give you an idea. So let's quickly have a look at animations and everything else while we're checking the first form. So we're going to start with the A2 skill. Ignores 25% of the target's defense because we have no HP burn on the target. And the main enemy that we're going to attack in here is going to be Chagur. 72, 79, 73k with that skill. Not too bad. The animation, pretty decent. Is like dropping some spears from the sky or something like that. If we're going to go in with the AoE attack, you see, 62k, 144k, okay-ish. Nothing mind-blowing or anything like that. Now, if I'm going to bring in an attack champion, an increased attack champion as well, and give it a go like this to kind of like see a bit of a difference when we have 2 multipliers basically being boosted. Okay, so let's do that. A2 on Chagur again. 100k, 86k, 81k. Clearly the damage is better, okay? Clearly the damage is better. This is the best possible way for you guys to boost her damage. Increase attack and increase defense. Really, really important if you can get them done. We have, as I've mentioned, a couple of champions doing it. Maybe we have 3 rather than 2. I can't really remember exactly how many we have. But it's not something extremely common. Something to keep in mind. If we go in with the AoE attack, you see slightly better. 181, 172. So the damage is better when we have boosted both of the multipliers. Now, if we're actually going to do another thing, if we're going to bring in a Venus, a Gizmak, an HP burn champion, doesn't really matter exactly who, as long as it's an HP burn champion. So we can actually proc all of the funky things, the extra damage, 25% additional damage when they are under an HP burn or a freeze. So increase defense, increase attack and increase defense, sorry. Defense down and weaken, HP burn, right? So we have quite a few interesting things on it. If we're gonna go with this skill, right? This will ignore 50% of the target's defense now. So we're gonna go versus Chagur. 2 hits, he's dead. 149, 240k. So just by adding that HP burn, everything changed in terms of damage. It went way higher, ignoring that additional defense, 50% instead of 25, plus gaining additional 25% damage from the passive, made it even crazier, okay? Another thing that I will try after, once we do the AoE attack, let me just quickly show you. So AoE attack, block, revive, we destroyed them, okay? We destroyed them. We absolutely destroyed them. Now, there is another option. It is a bit hard, in my opinion, to set it up. You need basically to bring in a freeze champion as well, right? So in order to do that right now, I need to basically drop one of my champions from here. I could play around and maybe drop Lydia, but then I need 2 turns with Venus, which is not good. So I'm going to drop the increased attack. We're going to go just with the increased defense. The increased attack, it will help you, but it won't help you like that crazy, okay? It won't help you like that crazy. Now, check what's happening when we have HP burn and freeze, okay? So we're going to go A1 right there. Gurgo, chill, please. Chill. HP burn. I'm going to go with this skill once again. Now, keep in mind, we are going to ignore 50% of the target's defense and deal 100% additional damage. Chagur, here I come. 187, 200k. So, in a way or another, similar damage with what we got before. Considering that we dropped the increased attack, right? Maybe we underestimated a bit that increased attack, but we're gonna see once we use the AoE as well. Okay, so here we go. AoE attack. Let's see. 330k. So we are smashing them. Okay, if you can create the perfect team to have increased attack, increased defense, HP burn, and freeze on the enemies, no matter what, no matter who they are going to die, okay? Maybe a Taras with his passive will survive, right? Because he reduces the damage by so much. Rotos and all those champions, I'm not going to include them because, yeah, they will survive the 100% when we're going with a single hit. But the damage is going to be crazy good, okay? Crazy, crazy good. Now, if we're quickly actually going to try the A1 skill as well. I'm just trying to see which champions, they were the ones that bring in the increased defense and increased attack. So increased attack and increased defense. I need them both on a single skill. Ah, Mitrala. We have Mitrala, man. I forgot about Mitrala, yeah? 230 speed. She should be faster. So right now I'm going to have both of them. Let's give it a go like this as well. Because I'm curious. Is she going to place the hacks with the same skill though? Hopefully she won't. HP burn. Ah, we have hacks from Venus anyway. That's skewing a little bit the damage, but either way, we're going to get it from Mitrala too. So right now, the perfect environment, okay? A2, 286k per hit. The damage went up by miles. So you're going to hit 700k plus damage with the A2 skill and land HP burn unresistible on everyone. What the heck, Lydia? What was that hit? What was that hit, Lydia? Now, if we're gonna go with the AoE, we have nobody alive anymore because I'm not sure what's happening here. Everybody's dealing like insane damage. 224. Ah, we had no HP burn here, right? Or did we? Okay, the damage did not feel that good there. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna do one more thing because this champion is messing up my entire mojo in here. Noelle, where are you? Let's put a freeze from her. So not so many champions deal damage. Freeze. Beautiful. Defense down and weaken. HP burn. Increase attack and increase defense. And now we're gonna go with the AoE. Check this out. It seems like the same 200k plus, but we're one-shotting them. We're one-shotting them. You saw her base defense is pretty low. Her stats overall are not that crazy, but the damage is really, really solid. One more thing that I want to show you in this dungeon before we move to PvP, guys, is how the second form actually works, the passive. So we're going to bring in a lot of chickens. We're going to bring in some random trashy champions that do not matter. Their existence in Raid Shadow Legends is pointless. But we're going to see exactly what happens with the passive. So let's do that. We can buff. Everybody died. Everybody revived. And that's because of her passive. Now, you see, this is not on cooldown because she's going to revive herself as well. Now, this is not the right theme in terms of like building a team around her with a passive and all that stuff for PvP because these champions won't do shite for her. They're gonna die and die again. But I just wanted to show you exactly how that passive actually works. And I'm actually just going to go in with the A1 till she dies as well. Okay, so now they died. She died. She revived with that freeze on. She takes 90% less damage. The freeze expires. But unfortunately, she's not really able to do anything else while that happens. We landed the freeze right there. We have no funky things to do except use the A1, get some healing. So slowly she can get some healing, but she's not going to be the best healer or anything like that. But that passive, I can guarantee you, is going to be nasty. Okay, nasty. Okay, that being said, you've seen all of the mechanics on the champion. If we're gonna head into classic arena, let's smash some champions. Let's smash some champions. I don't need Crixia, I don't need Gallius, I don't need UDK. I need her. And I need HP burn. So to do that, we're actually going to go with Sulfurian. Then we are going to bring in as well, why not, Lazarius. With Sifi, we're gonna have everything that we need except freeze, which is fine. We cannot ask for everything, but not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. So she is Force Affinity, which is good for the current meta. Sulfurian, Bank. Oh, damn. He's actually taking a turn before. I guess not a problem because we are going to Metamorph. We are going to do that. Which was not necessarily the wisest choice, but that's fine. Now, is that Narcissus going to kill us? Possibly. You see, the passive proc, they're under freeze. They all survive because we took 90% less damage. There isn't much that I'm supposed to Metamorph and use an AoE attack, man. What am I doing? Okay, Sulfurian dead, extra turn. She still survived because of that freeze. Sifi revived as well because this is the first time when she died. It's fine, even if the fight is not going according to plan necessarily. It's still good to basically see exactly what's happening in here. Okay, we got a fear, of course, from Fabian. And right now, we cannot Metamorph, unfortunately, because we got feared. I was hoping to be able to do it. See if we can get some Termiter in there. Okay, Narcissus going for Sifi, let's see if we can get some Thermiter up and running. Put that Gizmak to sleep. Okay, Fabian is going to probably take a turn soon. Let's do that. Boost a bit the Thermiter. Oh, I cannot meta more because we got a Fear on. I was like, what the heck just happened there? Okay, we got Polymorphed on him. Gizmak. Narcissus is definitely going to clap us now, though. There's no way we are escaping this. She survived. She survived. Really, really good. So let's get some healing. We got ally protection on Sulfurian. We got some healing up and running. We're going to revive her again. That Fear proccing in from Fabian. Fabian is nasty. Whoever did not like Fabian as a fusion, they must be mental. Ouch. That was painful, Gizmak. Take it easy. Please take it easy. Let's do that. I don't think I'm ready to revive, am I? With a passive... Oh, we are. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I wasn't sure if we're gonna be ready to revive or not. Okay. Damn, this fight is taking us quite a bit, but we might be able to get it sorted. Okay. Gizmak metamorphed. That's fine. Do your shenanigans. I was hoping for her not to revive Narcissus because that's dangerous, but she's gonna revive Gizmak now anyway, if she has it available. So her passive was really good. It brought all of the team back to life. Tons of damage reduction because of Death Freeze, which I think is really, really good. Please metamorph. Thank you. And right now, they both have HP burn, block revive instantly. Right? Like, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. And even as it was, we haven't really got a chance to deal damage with her. 196k damage. Let's try to see what other opponents we have available in here that could potentially get the job done. Now, because I do need to have all of those buffs in, it is a bit more annoying. The main reason is because she's so freaking slow, right? The enemies will just cut on me. The enemies will just cut on me. She's 200 speed, which is just trash for endgame arena. Everybody's gonna cut in front like that, you know. But let's hope that somehow we're still going to manage it in here. So HP burn. Okay, she got a cleanse in, which is fine. Let's try to remove some of their buffs. Taras nuked, Marius nukes. We lost one of our champions, which is fine. Now, they have no HP burn. I have no increased defense, no increased attack. I'm gonna attack that Marius. And hopefully, Freya's passive is not gonna proc on him. HP burn on everybody, unresistible. They do have revive on that, right? They have revive on that. Sleep that Taras. Let's boost a bit that Thermiter. Okay. So she's taking a turn no matter what. I have increased attack, no increased defense. AoE. Not enough damage, unfortunately, to kill them. They do have the increased defense as well. We're not ignoring defense either. Okay. That increased defense is more important than increased attack. Well, you guys already noticed that part. Let's get them both up and running. Because you can block... Even if we were hitting them while they were under that revive on that, they were going to get wrecked, basically, right? The block revive from that skill was going to put them to sleep and call it a day. Now, one thing that I do want to do, guys, is basically give her that freaking blessing. Give her that freaking blessing. Make her a bit faster because she is so damn slow. I'm not even sure what I'm going to get on her as a blessing, to be honest. I feel like one of the best things to kind of like push her damage up. Incinerate is pointless because by the time we land the HP burn, most likely we're going to drop the stone skin. So we don't need Incinerate on her. We need other champions with Incinerate. We can either go with Nature's Rat as an idea. We can try and go with Lightning Cage based on whatever we might have on because we do buff quite a bit. We can go with Haven Cast. So I'm gonna get this just to boost a bit of damage as well now. Soul Reap can work pretty well as well. Lightning Cage, as I've mentioned. You have a few options. Now, I would love to put a relic on her just to make her a bit faster and to be able to kind of like compete with the current meta that we have on at the moment. I'm going to look for something that gives me speed rather than anything else. This can be good too. We're getting healing. We're not going to put anything else from here, so this is only going to work for the second form. It's not going to boost our damage. I just want the speed. Like, literally, that's all that I want from her, the speed. So now she is in a better position as she is. Let's go back to it. 5-star temporal chain right there. Curious to see if we're going to be able to cut on them. Or if they're going to cut on us. Rather said. Okay. I mean, I'm getting a lot of Thermiter. Okay. HP burn on everybody. I'm going to go straight for that Harima. Bang. Beautiful. We killed her. That was nice. Now, what I want to do is use that AoE skill as well. Right? So, it might be better. It might be better if I'm going to come back with the AoE. Who we attacked before. Just to make a bit of a difference, right? The single target skill can easily rack that Harima without a problem. Even with her damage reduction and all that stuff. AoE, HP burn on everybody except Yumeko. We do have a strong affinity champion, Duchess, but let's see. This is going to count as single target damage. Kaput. Block revive on 2 of the champions. No matter what Duchess will do from there, it doesn't matter. So that is really, really strong. Now, if we are going to basically try and do something a bit more crazy, let's try to go with the second form, right? So we have, I can already see something like this, okay? I don't have Nice. If I would have Nice, him in the same team right here, okay? Him in this team would be crazy. But instead, like this. So you're going to see this as future meta. Siegfried, Nice. I'm not sure whatever the people will like to use more or less or stuff like this. But without a doubt, this will be part of the meta. Okay. Yeah, you do that. You do that. Not a problem. We got a block damage. I'm not going to try to deal damage. Instead, I'm going to metamorph, okay? I'm going to metamorph. I'm going to self-buff. And I'm just going to show you how cancer this will be, okay? Give me some Thermiter. Okay, Marichka dead. She revived because of her passive. Beautiful. We do have that block damage from Odin, which seems to proc all the time at the same time. But I could potentially metamorph. And with Galatir, basically drop it from them, right? I can just go, strip all of their buffs, and just do that. Bang. Block active skills. Extra turn, drop a stun too. Then we can come in with her. Drop a freeze to deal damage. They have the block damage, no problem. Drop the Thermiter. Right here, we can basically try and deal some damage versus that Taras. Increase the duration of debuffs. A1, put an area protection on a champion. She still did not revive herself. Marichka's passive did not proc. Siegfried's passive did not proc. Right? Galatir will revive as well. His passive did not proc. The main thing that keeps the enemy team alive is basically that block damage, but we're gonna stick with the team as it is at the moment. We can buff, right? Get the buffs up and running. Let them do their things. Heal with Marichka. Right? Strip their buffs. Block active skills. And their miserable life. Damn, that was some weak ass damage, Siegfried. What the heck was that? You see, she might die. She might die, but that's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. If I want to, I can metamorph. And HP burn on everybody. Block damage will proc from Marichka. Not a problem. They still have that block damage, which is not a problem. Slowly and surely, we're going to get it up and running. We can metamorph now. We can do that. push it up and running. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I do not have the right buffs to boost her damage. No increased defense, no increased attack. So I'm not sure how this skill will perform without any of those. We blocked the revive on Sifi. She died. Now her passive did not proc here because she's on the second form. We can go and kill Marichka. Taras can counterattack. Bring Odin back to life. Do that. Revive. Get that healing, whatever. Taras can do his things. No Metamorph available yet. We're going to go with the A1. Extra turn. Metamorph. Freeze. GG's. Okay? So, that's what will happen in Arena once the people will start to get Polara. Her second form, it can be really, really nasty. Her first form is good as well. To achieve her full damage potential is going to be pretty hard with the champions that we currently have in the game. Some of you might be like, well, you use Gizmek and you use Stormy, Skratch, GG's. Yes, you can do that. But you need a support next to the 3 champions. You already have 3 damage dealers. Why would you run 3 damage dealers in a team, right? To bring Polara to make her deal damage. It just doesn't really make that much sense. But it is an option, not an optimal one. The rest, in my opinion, to make it perfect is a bit hard. Not impossible, but a bit hard. Either way, guys, this is the showcase for Polara. Personally, I think she's absolutely busted in a very, very good way. Really strong. Her damage will be good as well. Especially if we're going to be able to up a bit those stats on her once we're going to get a soul and all that. Because her base defense is absolutely trash. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.